specific moment in time where he knew that he'd made it. Like, this is it. I made it. I bet winning the world.
I'm still doing it.
Still waiting on it.
Yeah.
Still waiting on it. I
bet when I retire, I'll be like, oh, whew, I made it.
That's the other question. What you going to do when you retire?
Own bucking bulls.
Yeah. You love hauling bucking bulls.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I like messing bulls, any kind of bulls.
We put on rodeos when I was in high school, my old man, and I love and still do love doing anything with rough stock. But golly, I hate dealing with timed event stuff.
That's what I know.
There's nothing like more underwhelming than like having to like, I'm not saying that the actual ropers themselves shouldn't be doing, but just like working a de-rig and shoot for a team roping, working a shoot, like pushing calves up, like having a sort, like that stuff just, there's nothing exciting to me about
That's
that.
why everything I have at home is mean.
Yeah. But like
keep you on your toes 24/7.
Loading bulls or
oh, you should have seen me yesterday loading a bull.
Which one?
Big spotted bull. He's a little wild.
Yeah.
He's been by himself.
What's his name?
He has no name. His brand's 127.
127.
And
no more name.
There it is. No more name.
I was by myself and run him up on the trailer and shut the cut gate behind the trailer, and that trailer out there has the butterfly gates on the back. I pushed the cut gate up there, grabbed the driver's side one, went to shut it. He just turned around and come back off that trailer. Well, he's not real mean. He's just wild.
Yeah.
And like he wasn't wanting to hook me, but when he come off the trailer, he hit the butterfly gate with his hip,
Ooh.
hit the cut gate, and had me stuck between the cut gate and the pipe fence. Like I was wedged.
Like
I couldn't go anywhere.
But you were safe away.
No, I was stuck between it, and he was pushing it.
Oh,
like
squishing
the piss out of me.
Squishing you.
Yeah, it was squishing the shit out of me.
I was picturing this little triangle where it's all.
No, like the lane's here. My trailer's sitting there. Well, I had the cut gate. I brought it around, pushed it, and I grabbed this door.
Yeah.
Well, when he come back off that trailer, he hit the door hit the cut gate, and I was standing right at the corner of the cut gate, so it wedged me into the pipe right here, and the gate had me mashed.
That's scary. And you're by yourself.
Yeah. The only way I could get out of it is for him to go back onto the trailer and not be pushing on that gate, and thank God he did.
Wow.
Like he tried to hook another gate because there's another lane goes down the other side. He tried to drop his head down and push it through that gate, and he hit it a few times, and his ass was up against the gate that had me squished, and finally he turned around and jumped back on the trailer, and I got the gate shut. So, I was in a tight spot.
So
if he'd have pushed on it any harder, he'd have hurt me.
So we could label this podcast the time when JB almost died. Everybody's going to think we're talking about Fort Madison, Iowa, but really we're talking about him loading bulls at the house.
I've been hurt quite a few times by getting mashed behind gates and stuff.
Yeah.
I've fractured my hip.
Dude, it's dangerous, man. Like Donnie in the first episode of the deal, and like, some people don't really realize that. The next day, a couple days after that came out, I was at a pretty big ranch and talking to some guys, and they were like, because it's a funny show, and so, but then in that moment you're like, Donnie said even himself, he was like, man, you hear guys, horror stories of guys dying, and to a common viewer doesn't know, like, it's like, oh, okay, but like, dude,
catch one of those to the dome.
There's just that story right there.
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
if
he'd have pushed on the gate I was behind instead of trying to go under that other gate, it'd have hurt me bad. I was stuck.
Bad.
I couldn't. Like if he'd have pushed me, it'd have broke something or tore shit because I was the corner of the gate had me pushed right here, and I was up against a pipe fence.
Oof.
Like, I couldn't go anywhere.
That's the worst.
I was stuck.
Especially on those butterfly gates, too. They got all that extra on the end.
I was sitting there talking to Mark Voss. He ran Swenson's, and True Burson, and we were, and like, it was like, and then Bonner was there, and it was like 3 or 4 stories. Right after we started talking about that, it's like 2-3 stories of like people dying.
I had a calf,
like
a young
some
boy,
of them recently,
like a 2-year-old, kick a gate and spin around, and he tried to come around the end of the gate. I realized what was about to happen. I tried to turn and step up, and when I turned, he caught me sideways.
Yeah.
Like fence on this side of me and gate on this side, and he was pushing on that gate trying to get back to the pen he come out of. And it was like I was in a human vice. Like it smashed me so hard. I was seeing stars.
Yeah.
And he finally backed off, and the pressure of the gate swung by him. Then he come and hooked shit out of me. And I crawl up, and somebody's like, "You okay?" I was like, "No."
Yeah. Yeah.
And heck, I kept riding, and I finally went. They were like, "Man, you need to go get checked out, X-rays and MRIs and stuff." And I'd fractured my hip in two places, and my pelvis bones that are supposed to go like this were like that, where he twisted me around so bad.
Oh,
mashed
snaps.
me so bad.
I didn't think the story was going there.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Like they X-rayed me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you fractured your hip." It was like 2 or 3 places. I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh yeah."
Dude, I remember, like, it's like one of the first lessons. Like, I remember my old man yelling at me, like, you either grab the gate or get back. Like, he said, grab it and put your hands on it, like, grab a hold of it.
Well,
Because, you know, like a cow.
Yeah, it's like getting kicked by a calf or anything. If you're up close, it don't hurt near as bad. But if you're far away, then they
get at them.
Or if you're just if you just have your hands up or something, or you don't have your hands up, like, Leon Coffey has a story of a guy, I want to say it was rodeo somewhere at a reservation or close to like Arizona or something, and big guy, and he was running the outgate, and he was just he was just hanging out. He was running the outgate, but he was just lightly holding, had his arms on it, and this bull whipped around and hit that outgate, hit him in the forehead and killed him. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure there's a lot more stories.